making sure we protect the counter-attacks as well.
Talk us through your starting 11 and how good is it to have Kiefer Moore back?
Yeah, nice to have Kiefer. Always due to his presence as well. His physicality is definitely a big help. We know what he can give set plays as well. But also his work ethic as well is really, it's not to be underestimated. So, it's nice to be able to get Kiefer involved.
Best of luck tonight. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks a lot.
So it sounds like he's staying. Relieved? Are we surprised?
Over the moon. Obviously, he's been linked with a lot of clubs, Burnley, Celtic, and teams like that. But he's a very passionate Welsh person, Craig. Was never in doubt, I don't think, that he was going to move.
Why have you got that smile on your face?
Obviously, with the Euros coming up, this unfinished work he's got here with the FAW, and that's a tournament where he's going to be looking to try and get Wales to.
Okay, then I think we're going to go into the tunnel just before the teams come out. Alex, what's happening?
Well, they haven't come out quite yet, Catherine, but Tom has run all the way from the studio to join me. Tom, what will the players be thinking in that change room now before they come out? For Wales, is that disappointment still lingering, or is it a case of literally, let's move on, focus on what's next?
Yeah, no, that's not in the forefront of the mind anymore. That's gone, and this is just about the game tonight. And if you think you're going to be on the beach, I'm sure Craig Bellamy's in there now riling them up, saying, listen, our record in June hasn't been anywhere near good enough, so you better be on it tonight. And if you're not, I'd imagine there'd be some early changes. So yeah, I don't think you'll have to do too much, because I know the group's a really good one, and anytime you pull on a Wales jersey, you know who you're representing, so you're going to be on it for sure.
Yeah, you mentioned who they're representing. When they came off from warming up, there was the mascots waiting, they were all giving them high fives. If anything was going to give them motivation, that is. Ghana then, are they just thinking, right, I need to go out there and impress Carlos Cuevas, because obviously it's his first game in the dugout tonight?
Yeah, absolutely, and he hasn't had too long with his players, so games like this are going to be crucial to his decisions, and I think he's still got a decision over one or two, so this is one of the last auditions for him before he makes his decision, and I think that's probably why Semenyo's on the bench tonight, because he's an absolute certainty to go. So yeah, it's an opportunity for those with maybe a question mark over them, so I'd expect them to be bang at it. And I seen in his notes actually that he said he wants players who are willing to die for the shirt, so yeah, nothing less than 100%.
What do Wales need to do out there tonight then?
Just play like we have been playing, and I think we'll be well prepared. And there's no team at the minute who we've played under Craig Bellamy who have really, I've gone, oh wow, they're so much better than us. Maybe 20 minutes in the England game aside. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We've not had too many games against African nations, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But look, I think we'll be very confident whatever happens.
Is it hard to get yourself up for a friendly? The players are now just coming out behind us, getting ready to go out on that pitch. Is it hard to get yourself motivated to get yourself up for this sort of game?
I wouldn't say hard, but it is a lot easier to get yourself up for a qualifier or a World Cup qualifier or anything like that. So yeah, friendly games, they are what they are. Sometimes they can be a bit flat. You walk out there and there's only 10,000 and it feels half empty, so it can be quite difficult in that regard. But like I said, when you got that dragon on your chest and you hear the anthem go, you better be at it, because there's 3 million people who you're representing.
Yeah, we're still waiting for Ghana to come out. I have just heard them in the changing room. They're cheering and chanting in there. They are well up for this game tonight.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know if you heard that. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? Yeah, no, by the sounds of that, they're bang up for it. So yeah, it should be a good game tonight. And I think Wales will be bang up for it as well. Like I said, when you pull the jersey on, you've got the weight of the nation on your shoulders, and Craig Bellamy will be for sure telling them that.
And just finally, your prediction for tonight's game?
Oh, yeah, I've not even thought about it. I'm going to go 2-0 Wales.
You've gone for a Wales win. There we go then. Tom, enjoy the match tonight. Thanks very much.
I love the fact that Tom hasn't even thought about the result. I'm sure these Ghanaian fans have. They are dreaming of a win as they go to a World Cup. Let's talk about the June record then. We've spoken about it quite a bit, but 13 games, 9 losses, 2 wins, and 1 was last year. Craig Bellamy saying, if you want to be a serious nation, our June record's nowhere near enough, so we have to correct that. Has he got a point?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I've been in these June kind of games at the end of the season where players are flat, players are ready for their holidays in a certain sense. But I tell you what, I love that Craig has identified another thing to say, no. yeah, we're not in the World Cup, but we've got goals to hit. We've got things to do. We've got to be better. Consistency is, and trying to become a top nation is what he wants. And analysing that, I love the fact that he's picked that from nowhere. I don't know which stat man
that's
is.
the detail.
Oh, that is the details, and I love that, because I think it keeps the players honest and accountable, and saying, no, we've got things to do here, and we've got this June target and results and a nation to please.
And another issue that they've had, of course, is that different players are at different fitness levels at the moment because of the season.
Well, yeah, EFL players would have been finished, a month ago, and Premier League only a week or so ago. So fitness levels are always up and down. It happens anyway throughout the season with Wales meeting up. As a player, you've got to be as professional as you can. Like Tom said then, you're representing your country. A lot of Welsh people watching this game as well. There's another opportunity for everyone. It's going to be a difficult task against Ghana. Like you said, they're off to the World Cup. But, they got to go to the game plan, what Craig has told them, and go out there and perform.
Well, they've kept Wales waiting enough, but I think we are good to go. This is the first of 2 friendlies for Craig Bellamy over the next week or so. Track record, not great in friendlies recently. Only won 1 of the last 11, winless in 3 under Craig Bellamy. Does that change tonight? Let's join our commentary team then. Former Wales defender Nia Jones is alongside Simon Davis. Good evening, both.
Good evening, Catherine. Thank you. Yes, it's Ghana and not Wales heading to North America this summer. Craig Bellamy, though, hoping to spoil the preparation of the African side. For the Wales boss, attention is turning to the Nations League and ultimately Euro 2028 on home soil. But it's the first time Wales have hosted an African side. And as well as the Welsh fans, Ghana's fans certainly excited ahead of the festival of football this summer.
Usually standing for the national anthem of Cameroon. Sing it loud, sing it proud. World Cup disappointment and the heartbreak against Bosnia and Herzegovina is in the rear-view mirror for Wales. Craig Bellamy insists his team have a bright future. And this is the team he's gone with tonight. 4 changes from the draw with Northern Ireland in March. Wrexham's Kiefer Moore returns in attack,
as does Dan James of Leeds United. His club teammate Ethan Ampadu wears the captain's armband. Cardiff City defender Dylan Lawler is back in the 11. No Harry Wilson, a late withdrawal because of injury. Among the subs, the uncapped Bostock, Congreve and Linu. Oscar Jonsson takes charge tonight, leading a team of all Swedish match officials. Carlos Queiroz masterminded an Iranian win over Wales in the last World Cup in Qatar. The Ghana fans, some 2,000 of them, have certainly brought noise to a stadium tonight which is nowhere near full by any means. They're expecting a good game of football, and we see the respective captains, Ethan Ampadu on the left of Wales, Jordan Ayew, one-time player at Swansea City, so knows Wales well, captains Ghana tonight. Campaign to look forward to, including a game against England. The team's changing sides here as they prepare for the test in Cardiff ahead of a World Cup campaign which not only includes England but Panama and Croatia as well. Ethan Ampadu there, player of the season at Leeds for the second consecutive season. And Jordan Ayew actually equals his brother's Andre's record cap total of 120. Andre, a controversial omission from Ghana's World Cup squad. And also in that midfield for Wales there, we can see Josh Sheehan. Celebrated success with Bolton with promotion in the League One playoffs. Well, for Wales, it's a case of what could have been, taking on a team who are. This team have to look forward.
Yeah, they do. It's going to sting, isn't it? It's going to sting the players watching on this summer. It's going to sting the fans as well. But there's always another game, there's always another campaign, and they kick off the Nations League in September with none other than Portugal away.
Yeah, plenty to look forward to. And there is a game against Romania to come as well. You'll notice the shirts that Wales are wearing in celebration of 150 years of the Football Association of Wales. There have been successes, heartbreak along the way.
That shirt is a thing of beauty, isn't it? I can see you in that this summer, Simon. Isn't it? I can see you in
We're
that
underway.
this summer, Simon.
We're underway. Well, it may be a friendly, but I'm sure the likes of England and Thomas Tuchel are watching with interest with the World Cup ahead. And Wales immediately on the front foot. And saw with Thomas and link up with De Silva. We talk about friendly matches, whether results matter all that much, but try telling Craig Bellamy that.
Exactly, he's been very vocal this week, hasn't he, about how poor their results in June have been, whether they've been in friendlies or in qualifying matches. But the thing for me, I think, is the home form needs to turn around as well. In his opening 5 matches, he won 4 of them. In his last 5 matches, he's only won 1 of them. So that needs to improve, no matter how many people are in the house tonight.
Here's Joe Roden. Leeds. Williams. Spoke of to get over the penalty disappointment against Bosnia. He missed one of those key kicks in the shootout.
I think the thing with Welsh fans is there's been absolutely no judgment on any of the players that stepped up that night, and his support for the club and country has been stunning this season.
Crossfield ball from Sorba Thomas. Put it out for the throw. Dan James back in the Wales team. Much needed pace. does introduce the games. Here's Thomas. De Silva. There's plenty of room to cross here, but he's a decent block that from Ajite. Wolfsburg in Germany. De Silva. Coventry City to promotion to the Premier League. Place in the Welsh squad. This part is Roden. Williams. It was a pretty robust challenge on Dan James. The referee has given the free kick. It was Mensah.
It'll be the first time he receives one of these tonight, either, Dan James.
Roden. James is an outlet. Pass right, takes on Mensah. It's not that ball. Trying to find the oncoming Sheehan and Moore, of course, in the middle.
Yeah, it was a good intervention from Partey.
It's one back by Thomas. And Wales certainly on the front foot in this opening 3 minutes.
Yeah, and it's interesting to look at how Ghana have set up. It said in the formation at the start they'd be a 3 at the back, but if you keep your eye on Mensah, it's almost like he's been tasked with just keeping the eye on Dan James, and that's a crunching challenge in from Ampadu as well. He did get the ball, but he got a lot of the man as well.
Physio's on to just assess Sulemana, former Southampton player. When you've got a World Cup to look forward to, I suppose you dread every harsh tackle. And Michael Essien on the right there.
Yeah, he played well this week, actually. I think I saw him in that charity match, that famous charity match going on. What a player he was, and they have brought the vibes, haven't they, to Cardiff today.
Such excitement if you're heading to a World Cup, and I think they will be confident. Panama, Croatia and England, they feel that there are games that they can get points out of. It's a wonderful run from James into Moore. Well, the pace of Dan James causing Ghana issues, and Ajide had to take immediate action.
Oh, it's just a brilliant through ball through to him. Defence cutting pass from Nico Williams, and he has the beating of him for pace. It's a brilliant intervention by Ajite, had to get there. He just put it into an area, Dan James.
It's Ziggy. A long ball forward, which was met by Williams. James is seeing an awful lot of the ball. It's run back by Ayew, Mensah. To the aforementioned Ajite. Ayew's offside. It was an early flag.
Yeah, and it is something they're going to have to keep an eye on, the Welsh back line, because there is 3 of them up there, which is one more than you usually have to deal with. I'm not sure he does straight too far off. The bright yellow sleeves standing out to the linesman.
Moore on the turn, met by Mensah. Lawler's header forward. Thomas trying to chase down Sanaya. That's good play. Moves for the former Arsenal man, Thomas Partey. Opoku. Mensah. In that wing, but Williams did well. There's a tenacity about Wales. Brooks. De Silva. Thomas trying to get round Sanaya. Commits the foul, and it's a quickly taken free kick. Too quick before Josh Sheehan, I think.
They are taking no prisoners whatsoever. Neither should they. As you say, they're excited to go to the World Cup, but they've got a manager to impress. Just in post since April, and he managed one game, but as the guys in the studio said, he's not actually been in the dugout. So you want to go in good form, you want to get picked for the starting lineup, you also want to stay fit.
As Rob Earnshaw said, he's a vastly experienced coach, Kyrgios. Portugal, Iran, Colombia, Egypt, Qatar. Of course, Manchester United assistant boss as well. Ayew, good first time, close control. Fatawu, it's opened up for him. And Wusu. And the first real attack for Ghana, and it's taken 7 minutes. And Wusu continues his run. Ball forward looking for Ayew. Well, that will go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, good little spell though for Ghana. As you said, it's the first time that they've managed to actually hold it up. It was fizzed in towards the legendary Ghanaian player Jordan Ayew, and he managed to bring it down expertly. It's a little bit more like what he'll want to see from his team. Hold it up, it was fizzed in towards the legendary Ghanaian player Jordan Ayew, and he managed to bring it down expertly. It's a little bit more like what he'll want to see from his team.
Record-breaking or record-equaling night for Jordan Ayew. 120 caps along with his brother. Comes from a dynasty of great African players. His father, Abidi Pele Ayew, regarded as one of the greatest African players of all time. Has played in the Premier League with Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, as well as Swansea.
I knew you'd get the Swansea bit in, Simon.
It's that sort of experience that can be invaluable for the World Cup ahead. Lawler. Thomas of Stoke City. Ghana, 4 times winners of the African Cup of Nations, although the last being in 1982, best remembered for their exploits at the 2010 World Cup, that memorable quarter-final against Uruguay, and that Luis Suarez handball.
I know. They were robbed on the day, weren't they? And we can all still see those celebrations from Suarez, the villain, in the tunnel when they got the decision and they got the result.
Was that a foul on Williams? The referee says yes. And Adu, well, he was late with his challenge. It was perhaps more to do with Williams's footwork.
Yeah, it's just really good disguise. He's shaping as if he's going to deliver it first time, and he's just caught slightly on the ankle, but they can load this up as if it is a corner now.
Craig Bellamy, interesting to reveal this week that he has been approached by other clubs, or has had more than just links. Burnley and Celtic have been mentioned, and has fully committed himself to the Welsh cause. And it's Brooks to take this free kick. Thomas standing over it too. Brooks, corner ball. Well, the keeper, Atizigi, committed himself, but it was a wicked hit from Brooks.
Yeah, it was. Brilliant pace on it, and it's begging to be hit, isn't it? I think it's a defender that gets a little touch on it. Yeah, just before the goalkeeper comes, but really good delivery, asked a question.
It was Ajete who got the crucial touch. And it is a Welsh corner to be taken by Thomas. A short one. Acrobatics and saving his team.
Oh, it's outstanding athleticism, isn't it? And reaction time. right behind it here in the gantry, and it looked to all the world as if it was bulleting into that far net from Dan James.
It is the closest we've come. The terrific two-handed save from Matizigi. Plays his football in St. Gallen in Switzerland. Lawler. Loose pass to De Silva. Wants to go all the way back to Carl Darlow. Wales have enjoyed more of the possession. Certainly have the better chances.
Yeah, there's a little opportunity, I think, for Wales to look at the movement of David Brooks. If you watch Opoku of Ghana, number 18, you can't miss him because he's 6'5½", and he has just been tasked clearly with sticking to Kiefer Moore. And Kiefer Moore keeps dropping in. There's a little space between the centre-backs that Brooks is threatening to run into. And with players like Lawler and Roden who can thread that ball, that could be a way through for Wales.
Lawler. Thomas. Dylan Lawler has a championship campaign to look forward to. Being impressed in Cardiff City last season. That is a nice ball to Williams. James. Williams. There's the option of Thomas. Oh, that's good work from Nico Williams. Brooks, Moore, James has another chance and it all hits the bar. Exquisite build-up play, and the attack isn't over. De Silva just about kept hold of the ball after losing his feet, but how about that for a chance?
It's like total football from Wales, wasn't it? Brilliant intricate play, 1-2 touch, and a bit of fortune along the way as well, but so unlucky from Dan James.
Ghana will be happy to see that ball just go out. But Dan James, he's had a header saved, and he's hit the upright.
Yeah, he was so lively. They kept it really well, Wales, around the halfway line, but it was him that started the move.
Has kept Ghana in this. It's been an impressive opening quarter for Wales. De Silva. Sheehan. Thomas. Sheehan has to work hard to keep it in. But he did just that. It may have crossed the line there. Certainly some of the Ghanaian defenders felt that.
Yeah, I think Wales just stopped more than anything else. We're expecting the linesmen to put their flag up.
It's opened up now for Fatawu. 2 players to beat here. Overlapping is Sanaya. Beating of De Silva has and it's a goal kick. A huge roar from behind that goal from these passionate Ghana fans.
Yeah, it's interesting actually that Ayew, the captain, chose to change ends at the start. It's usual, I think you'd want to be shooting towards your home fans in the second half. Should you need a goal in the dying stages. Tell you what, he's looking well, isn't he, Carlos Queiroz?
Moore. The hold-up play didn't work out for Wales. Ayew won it back and he's released again here with Fatawu to his right. Sulemana among those in the middle. Sanaya. Jete. Opoku. Mensah. That's good play from Sulemana. And it's Ghana's turn to, I was going to say ping the ball around a bit. Just a loose pass there, but you can see the quality on the ball.
Yeah, and I think it's doing them a disservice to say that they're a team that are just going to try and hurt Wales in the counter-attack. It's not that at all. They had an opportunity when it broke for Ayew to actually play forward very quickly. I think they had a little 5-on-4 on at one point. Now we know how quickly Wales recover. It's a non-negotiable for any Craig Bellamy team to do that, but they're looking to really keep possession in and around the Welsh box, in fairness.
Roden. always looking for James, his Leeds teammate, and he's away. He is away. Dan James, hit towards Sheehan. Well, that is Dan James at his best, running into space and terrorising defenders.
It's like vintage Dan James in a vintage shirt, isn't it? He's absolutely full of beans in this opening 20 minutes down the right-hand side. Keep feeding him. His combination play with Nico Williams as well is causing them all sorts of headaches.
Brooks. Talking about the vintage atmosphere, there's even Andy Williams being played in the stand by the Barry Horns band. Oh, that's a very good turn from Jordan Ayew. So he's got Adu to his left. Still with Adu. Just couldn't find his way through 3 defenders.
I think the thing for Ghana is Ayew is obviously their main man. Lots of the good spells they've had in this opening half have come through him, but it's when he's dropping in and getting on the ball, they then don't have a real focal point, centre-forward presence to be running beyond him to cause Lawler or Rodon any real problems.
There's a retro feel tonight, Nia. Hear this tune, I think of that Romania game in '93, but that'll be a discussion for next week. Here's Ayew on the turn. Well, he was watched closely by Lawler, but he is capable.
Yeah, it's just good centre-forward play, something out of nothing. Look at this little turn, touch with the outside of the foot, and a bit of a lashed finish, but he was on fire in qualifying for them, in fairness, for the World Cup this summer. Got 7 goals in their 8 games. Oh, that was the brilliant combination play between Williams and James, who looks right up for this one. He's not thinking about his holidays at all. It was a good intervention from Partey in the end. Good as well to see Josh Sheehan bombing in there. I know earlier on in the week Nathan Blake asked him could he chip in with a few more forward runs and goals, so maybe he's listened, I don't know.
Well, I listened to Blakey anyway. James, he's having an inspired evening so far, and here he goes again, looking for more this time. Well, the out-and-out winger has been considered perhaps passé in modern-day football, but he's got the speed of Dan James. He can be so effective. Scored that memorable goal, didn't he, against Bosnia and Herzegovina. We thought at that point it was going to be a glorious night.
Just look how tall he is when he gets up there. He's not the biggest of men, but it's him that has certainly been his danger man in this opening half. And poor Mensah, who's playing left back for Ghana tonight, has had a very busy 20 minutes.
It's been a difficult season for Dan James. Has had ankle injuries, rib injury as well. There's Lawler. Played in that game against Bosnia as well. Has had a astonishing 12 months really in terms of his development.
Yeah, and I know a lot's been spoken about Nico Williams picking up the famous award at Nottingham Forest, but there's a few Welsh players who've picked up awards, and Lawler is one of them. Picked up Young Player of the Year at Cardiff City.
Fully deserved too. For a goal kick. Yeah, a number of awards. Ethan Ampadu winning the Player of the Season award again at Leeds United. Dylan Lawler there. Atizigi with the goal kick. Brooks going in with a Wusu. Nicely out to Mensah. Wusu to Opoku. Of course, if you're one of these Ghanaian players, you mentioned it, you are desperate to impress your coach and start those group games, starting with Panama in Toronto.
and you only have to look at the corner over there at the Cardiff City Stadium to see the thirst that the country has for its football and its sport. They've brought a host of colour and vibrancy and whistles and noise and song today.
More beaten to it. It's a foul by JT. Unfortunate there, Ghana defender. Certainly a ball to be contested.
Yeah, and he does actually make it, you can see, but often at international level, the referees enjoy you going through the back of someone to get there.
Have to do with a captain's armband to Roden. Always looking towards James on that right-hand side. Wales switching wings now with Thomas. Lawler. Shear. Thomas looking for the early ball here. Finds James. Brooks. Brooks hits it straight at the keeper. First shot on target for David Brooks.
Yeah, and you're right, they definitely do want to target that right-hand side, Wales, but it's important that they move the ball first. That's what they did. They brought it down this left-hand side, find the switch out to James, and it opens up that little pocket inside to Brooks. Doesn't quite get the angle on it that he needs. It was well read by the keeper.
Panama first for Ghana in Group L. The World Cup in Toronto, in England in Massachusetts, and Croatia in Philadelphia. So the games are spread out.
Yeah, they certainly are, and as you say, it's just a brilliant vibe, I think, that the African nations bring to major tournaments. They're awkward to play against, they can always cause an upset. We saw it just last year, didn't we, in a friendly with England, how well Senegal did, really surprised people. So we've got top players at top clubs across Europe as well, so not to be underestimated in that group whatsoever.
Free kick. Of course, in the last World Cup, Morocco became the first African side to reach the semi-finals. It was Pele's great prediction once that an African side will win it. Will it be this year? Who knows? James the target again. Owusu. He's trying to shield the ball, maybe guide it out for a throw. It's away to Adu. Foul by Roden.
Yeah, it's always going to be again when you're clattering through back of a centre forward, but they're so ball hungry, Ghana. Whenever a ball is fizzed into feet, you know whoever is marking them is going to jump out. I think Wales can use that to their advantage, that movement needs to stay high off the ball. Keep her off her and you'll draw people out of positions eventually.
That is Ziggy. It's a fairly straight ball for Roden to deal with. De Silva in space. Lawler. From Ghana's point of view, how much does a result matter ahead of this World Cup? You wonder, is it just about performances, fitness?
Well, the cliche answer that any of the footballers, if you ask them this week or post-match, they'll say the performance is more important, but heading into a tournament, it's all about confidence and momentum. We saw the togetherness before kick-off. You heard it before kick-off, not just outside the ground, but even Tom Lockyer and Alex Richards could hear it from the changing room, and that's a huge part of what makes teams like Ghana so effective at these tournaments, is that feeling and that vibe and that culture of togetherness. So nothing helps that more than a win.
Great chance for Wales here. Ghana have to organise themselves as they're ready for Thomas's free kick. Adu and Sulemana composing that two-man wall. Thomas's delivery towards Moore. Well, the Ghana defenders have been told to look out for him for sure.
Yeah, and he peels off really nicely. It's good movement. I'll tell you what, it's a brave header. I think it's Sanaya. Gets there just ahead of it, and a slight clash of heads afterwards that both of them are feeling slightly, but sure they'll shake it off.
Kiefer Moore has just come off the first season at Wrexham, almost getting to the Championship playoffs. Did suffer injuries midway through the season and missed a fair few games.
Well, one was a bigger loss than that Bosnia playoff, was it? Such a loss in that game. Even if he didn't start, what he could have brought to the team had you thrown him on towards the end of it or an extra time during set plays.
Rare touch for Darlow. Oh, it's a risky back pass. Ayew! And Darlow makes up for his mistake. Well, it should be 1-0.
Oh, it really should be, and as you say, it's a really rare touch. And it's the right option, but there's just nowhere near enough power on it from Darlow. It's good smother in the end, and he does well to keep it in as well, but maybe a little bit of lack of concentration. He spent so long in this first half not having to do anything.
A let-off for Wales and Carl Darlow. Thomas. Again looking for James, the late runner on that right-hand side. Well, he did recover, Carl Darlow.
Yeah, he recovered really well, and in fairness, he's had a good domestic season as well. #1 at Leeds United, one of 5 players in this squad that play up at Ellen Road, but wow, what a let-off that was. That would have been totally against the run of play.
His contract coming to an end at the Premier League side.
And maybe he just wanted another save on his highlights reel, maybe, who knows.
Has made some terrific saves for Wales since sort of establishing himself under Craig Bellamy. Suleiman has done well. Looks for Fatawu. Just misread either with a long ball or by Fatawu himself. I'll leave that one up to you, Nia.
Yeah, I think Fatawu can hold his width for a little bit longer, because it's an awkward one for Jay De Silva, that, because his body has to face the ball. He has to deal with it coming into the box if he needs to, so it's an awkward one. Execution of the pass not right, but I think Fatawu can hold out towards this touchline for a little bit longer.
Roden. James. A rough tackle by Partey, who's booked. First yellow card for the former Arsenal man.
Yeah, and he deserves it. And this is the first chance we've seen Dan James coming inside as well, so that rotation and that interchange with David Brooks, and it's a clear foul from Partey. Just cannot cope with him, can they?
Now with no Harry Wilson, this is ideal territory, I would suggest, for either Brooks, maybe even Nico Williams. James is hobbling a bit here. One to keep an eye on, but is this in shooting distance? It is quite a way out. I think Brooks fancies it.
I think he probably does. He's not short on confidence or ability, in fairness, David Brooks. And even if they feel they can get a parry out of the goalkeeper, there's plenty of bodies in there closing in.
Harry Wilson's not around. The Wales have David Brooks, and they have Nico Williams. It didn't quite work out for Wales as planned.
No, there wasn't quite enough on the layoff to take it away from the player closing down. It was Adu, got a good block in.
Wales have a Nations League campaign to look forward to, back in League A. As you mentioned, top opposition as well. That's a nice ball to Brooks. Is he in here? And the two defenders in question did the job, Mensah and Opoku.
Yeah, that's definitely the ball, though, from Lawler. Well spotted again. It's that interchange, more dropping in for feet. He's dragging one of the centre-backs out, and there is space there for Brooks to attack.
Yeah, Wales back in League A in the Nations League, and some really good games to look forward to. Portugal, Norway, Denmark.
Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it? It's exciting for the players to test themselves against the very best, but also for the fans to see some players that they maybe have only seen on television so far.
Thomas tries the back heel, won by Sanaya, picked up by Ayu. Force back to Jete. That's really back with the goalkeeper Atazigi. Sulemana. Jete. It's Poku. Is there an offside flag? There is. I think Lawler and Roden were anticipating that against Adu.
I think Rodon especially was confident that he'd strayed off. It's good from Lawler because he's looking across, he can see the ball and he can also see his centre-back partner, so it's a good line.
Despite the half-full stadium, it's been a cracking atmosphere in here so far. Welsh fans have certainly added to that. We've mentioned the terrific support from Ghana. Welsh fans will enjoy a goal certainly here as Thomas tries the cross, blocked. Ampadu. Lawler. There's going to be a lot of men forward here as Roden plays it to De Silva. Sheehan did well, steers it to Roden. Williams was looking for James again, wasn't he? I think Ghana have cottoned on to that. That through pass to Dan James. They have to double up on him. It's a through ball through the middle this time to Moore and Brooks. Josh Sheehan.
Yeah, and a little apology as well from Brooks. I think he had threatened to make that little dart, but pulled out at the last second. But this is good patience from Wales. This is what they'll have anticipated as well, is having to really break down a stubborn Ghana defence.
De Silva. That will easily go to Atazigi, winning his 29th cap, the 29-year-old. From a Red Bull Salzburg player. Ampadu. Sheehan. Was that intended for James? He may still get there, Dan James. I don't think that was the first intention of Josh Sheehan there. What can Ghana do in response? Adu, completely surrounded. But Wales could be vulnerable here. Owusu to that sided it straight into the hands of Darlow. Wasn't the worst attempt from Sulemana.
No, and they were vulnerable, weren't they, Wales? They gambled on winning it on this near side, and in fairness to Nico Williams, at full stretch, he takes all of the zip out of the effort. And they've shown a couple of signs now, haven't they, Ghana, of what they can do if Wales make a mistake.
Roden. James has made the run again. Every single time he looks dangerous. Mensah did a good job there.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's a little bit predictable from Wales now. I think he's improved in the last 10 minutes, Mensah. He's got his distances a little bit better. He's not diving in quite as excitably as he was in the opening 10 minutes and getting done from speed from Dan James, but they don't need to force it, Wales. It's a chance to really keep switching the play it through the midfield. I'd like to see a little bit more movement from Brooks, Sheehan and Ampadu as well. I think that will start dragging players out of key positions on the pitch.
Ayew releasing Sulemana. Terrific recovery block from Williams. It is a corner to Ghana, right by those visiting fans.
He just does all the basics of what a fullback should do exceptionally well. That's why he got 48% of the vote at Forest, and they've got some pretty good players. But just listen to this. This is the reaction to a corner, by the way.
Well, if that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what will. Wales to stand firm here. The first corner they have to defend. And it's an in-swinger towards Opoku, and the big man was running in. Vital touch from Joe Rodon.
Yeah, and I think it's Kiefer Moore in there as well, in that front post position. It's him that gets the nod just before Rodon, well positioned, and that's how vital he is. We talk about how effective he is on set pieces. It's not just attacking ones, it's what he adds to the defensive plays as well.
Sanaya goes short. Much room to manoeuvre here, and he's won another corner off to Silva, and that'll get the crowd going again.
Yeah, Wales, like a lot of teams, have a mixture of man markers and zonal defenders, so if they want to make the most of this and match the noise that their fans are trying to bring, they need to get some runners across the front of Kiefer Moore especially.
Jordan Ayew with the corner again, outswinger this time. Again, Opoku was the target. Fatawu tries to get round Nico Williams, who stood tall in fairness. Sanaya shot high and wide into those noisy fans, but Ghana have grown into this half possibly near.
Yeah, and it's just the excitement when they attack down that side. A little bit of flair from Fatawu, but he recovers really well. William just gets his body in the way, and in fairness to Josh Sheehan, just mopping up for his teammate as well. Can't clear their lines.
Fatawu tries to get round Nico.
Well, William just gets his body in the way, and in fairness to Josh Sheehan, just mopping up for his teammate as well. Can't clear their lines.
Preferred 11.
I think that's probably what it is. He knows that Antoine Semenyo is going to be in every starting lineup if he's fit. He's had a very busy season, of course, but I wonder if he'll want to just see how he integrates into this team at some point tonight. As you say, that's part of the fun of being at a World Cup. You get to play nations you've never played before and very rarely get to play, so it's that unorthodox style that I'm sure Tuchel will be very wary of, and the other managers, of course.
Lawler. Can Wales find a breakthrough before the half-time break? Williams. Rodon. Neatly in towards Brooks. Ampadu. Sheehan, De Silva, Thomas. Good build-up play. Brooks. This is his kind of area. Now, Partey's already been booked here. It is a free kick. Brooks was in full flow. And what does the referee do here? Jordan Ayew and Ethan Ampadu, the two respective captains, will have their opinions.
Well, I just think he's a very, very lucky man that this is a friendly game. As for me there, another yellow card is the least he deserves. It's exactly the same as the challenge that he got a yellow card for. He just absolutely takes out Brooks. He's nowhere near the ball. If the referee's given a free kick, then on any other day he gets a second yellow card as well. Maybe a little bit of sentimentality coming in from the referee. Doesn't want to ruin the contest, but deserves to be off.
Well, it's a decent position, this, and one which may favour Nico Williams and his right foot.
Yeah, I just wonder if they've got something else up there. Long retro sleeves here. We saw them try a little bit of a layoff just to change the angle. That's exactly what the keeper's doing now. He's lining it up, inch perfect where he wants the wall. He's going to cover the other side, but...
And you notice Adu as well behind the wall near. Stop any intention of playing it under the wall. But Williams can get this up and over. Brooks is certainly capable too.
It is a very tall wall though. Poku, as we said, 6'5.5".
It's David Brooks who tries it. Falls to James. And that's an excellent block. Really good block from Sanaya, actually. Through his body in front of Dan James.
Well, the manager said he wants to see these Ghanaian players die for the shirt, and we've seen a few challenges like that so far today. Absolute bodies on the line, flying at things.
Lawler. Roden. Wales finishing the half strongly. While they commit too many men forward, gives the likes of Fatawu the chance to counter. There is the Leicester man. Fatawu looking for support. Owusu out to Mensah. And the header from De Silva, and the volley, it's deflected! Sanaya's effort almost crept in, and Darlow put it over the bar.
Oh, the reaction. He liked how sweetly he caught that, didn't he? It's a good defensive header from Jay De Silva. Unfortunately for Ghana, it's heading in this off the back of Sorba Thomas. He has to deal with it, Darlow. It's a deserved congratulations from Lawler.
He certainly made up for his earlier mistake now, Carl Darlow. But still a corner to defend. Right on half-time. Ayu's delivery, and it's a Welsh free kick.
Yeah, Josh Sheehan did well. There's a slight mismatch in him picking up a JT, but he was just pulled to the ground. Bulldozed over.
We are still awaiting the first goal of this game. We've seen some excellent chances though near. Many of them have fallen to the men in red.
Yeah, they've certainly been the better team, Wales, but Ghana, when they've had a snapshot at going for goal, then they don't need a second invitation. They'll be wary of that, Wales.
Darlow. Last real chance for Wales to get forward now in this first half. And it's half-time. Well, it's the type of atmosphere that deserves a goal, but we're still awaiting that. Dan James has come close on 2 occasions. A header that was saved and he hit the bar. Jordan Ayew has been a constant attacking presence for Ghana. And Carl Darlow has been called into action, certainly late in that first half with that deflected effort. But at half-time, it's Wales 0, Ghana 0.
Well, Wales probably should be ahead. Dad James with 2 great attempts, but Ghana had attacking individuals who can change games. Former Swansea City man and Ghana captain Jordan Ayew came close. A loose pass from Carl Darlow, who recovered. That man there, Neville Southall, he would have saved it, I am sure, as well. Okay, let's have a little look then at the stats from that first
5 minutes away from.
And Wales have dominated possession. They have had 8 shots, 6 for Ghana on goal. A yellow card for Ghana as well during that first 45 minutes. So Wales have enjoyed more of the ball in that first half. Joe, is that a fair reflection of where we are half-time, 0-0?
I think so. I think Wales have been the better team. You know, you've seen the stats of the possession. You know, I like Ampadu and Sheehan in midfield as boss midfield. You know, round the corners, 1-2s. But I think overall, Craig Bellamy will be very happy with the way Wales have set out and the way they've dictated play.
Yeah, unfortunately, Wales look like a team. There was some beautiful football from them at times that should be going to a World Cup.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you look at where we are, you know, if you look at what Craig Bellamy wants to do with the type of football that we're trying to play, and let's not forget, we were 4 or 5 minutes away from the World Cup. You know, so the quality is there.
Baby. champion na gogo na shishi na wowo wowo ni mesu aba odo mesu hey apochi aya thank you.
Not just that, playing at club level, he's been fantastic. Some of the saves he's pulled out for Wales already, and he's only had a handful of games. He's been absolutely fantastic, and obviously he'd be disappointed with giving that mistake and getting Ghana into the game, but he's capable of his shot stopping like that.
Yeah, I played with Carl Darlow actually at Nottingham Forest. He was a young player coming through, and the thing about Carl is he just has to continue to become more confident. The more games he's going to play, the more decisive he is in these situations. You've just got to take control in that situation. But he's been excellent.
Does he deserve a new contract with Leeds?
Yeah, give him one. Yeah, let him fill his pockets. No, I think the hole that was left by Wayne Hennessy was absolutely massive. He's been so good for Wales over the years, and great bit of business, if you can call it that, international business, for Craig Bellamy coming in and convincing him to come to Wales.
By the way, what we're looking at the moment are some Welsh legends here to celebrate 150 years of the FAW. Why are you three not there? Were you not invited? What's happened
we're
here?
We're staying loyal with the BBC cast.
Yeah. You're relevant. You're still relevant. You're needed here.
You said legends, so I don't qualify for that, but these two.
No.
It's very nice, isn't it?
Can I just jump in there? It's 150 years of the FAW, so how nice is it to see some obviously previous players in there as well? So it's brilliant.
It's good to see them all together, isn't it? And you sort of look down the line.
Different generations.
Different generations.
Different generations.
And you sort of remember where you were at different times when you see the different players. When you were looking down that line, anybody stand out for you? I was trying to think of who was there. You had Nathan Blake, Neville Southall, White Dave Jones. They're all the legends there.
Yeah, big Nev for me. He came to my first ever football team and presented awards. So it's a good memory of mine from Big Nev.
Your hero.
Yeah,
I love
hero.
it. Well, look, we can hear from one of them now because Clayton Blackmore, former Wales international, is with Alex.
Clayton, it's a very special evening here tonight, celebrating 150 years of the FAW. How special is it for you to be here with former players celebrating the occasion tonight?
Yeah, I think that's the big thing for me. I'm getting to see a lot of lads I've not seen for years. I think even Neville's around here somewhere. Neville Southall's in the stand. I think he was a bit shy, didn't want to come down. But it's great to bump into the old friends and just have a feel. Nice to see everybody's still around as well.
And have you been reminiscing a lot?
A little bit, not too much.
150 years of Welsh football then, what did it mean for you to wear that Welsh jersey to represent Wales? Because, you played for one of the biggest clubs in the world as well, in Manchester United. What did it mean to you to wear the Welsh jersey, though?
Well, obviously, like you say, I played at Man United, but I had my best times when I played for Wales. I think it was the lads. I'm playing with Liverpool players, Everton players. Obviously, Gary Speed, God rest his soul, was at Leeds. And we all got on so well. And we just loved playing together. It's weird. It was just a weird thing. Because for me, it was much better. I actually enjoyed it more than playing for United.
It's fair to say as well, the fans' experience of following Wales has changed a lot over the years. When you were a player, did you ever imagine that we'd get to a stage where, we'd be disappointed that we haven't qualified for a World Cup? Because the expectation is now that Wales will get to major tournaments.
Yeah, I think even we didn't qualify once, and we got close a lot of times. And, a crossbar cost us one day, and since we've qualified now, and I think it's got a lot to do with the pitches now. Everybody plays football, and we've always got bigger, you know, we've got a bigger squad, and the players are better. You know, they're better on the pitches, so we're matching other teams. So I think I was really disappointed we didn't get through. I actually thought on the night we deserved to go through. Obviously, we'd have had to play Italy, but we saw what happened. Italy got knocked out.
Well, Clayton, thank you very much for your time. I'll let you go off and enjoy the second half. Well, Wales women are hoping to create a bit of history of their own. Brazil, the 2027 World Cup in Brazil next year is the aim. They've got two important matches this next week. They'll be back here to play Czechia in a week's time, but first, it's Montenegro on Friday night.
The road to Brazil. That isn't a bad ball. Hughes! 2-2! And Wales look to have rescued a point. It is the first home test for Wales. Harry Kane! 2-0. All too easy for Wales. A job well done. Can Wales maintain their unbeaten start? Kane, it's only taken 14 minutes. A quality showing in Wrexham. Wales have outclassed Albania. Only another win will do. Keeper's missed it! 1-0. And it's Rhiannon Roberts. Relief in Albania, but another 3 points on the board.
Yeah, the story of the campaign so far for Wales, and their next game against Montenegro is going to be live on Friday. Join us on BBC Two Wales at 4:45. It's a complicated system, but they want to finish top of their World Cup group. Let's hear from Manchester United forward Mara Griffiths, one who is relishing her football right now.
Your first senior start for Wales and 3 goals in 6 games. I mean, does it get any better than that?
Yeah, it's a dream start, to be fair. Obviously, once you get 1 goal, you're just hungry for more now. So I hopefully can continue to score more goals and get good minutes.
And then against Montenegro, it was your first senior start and you scored 2 goals. What was that like?
Yeah, another amazing feeling. Obviously 2 goals, maybe could have done 3.
And talk to me about the celebration.
Oh, yeah. Well, me and Hannah Kane has got a few celebrations going on, and we keep on telling ourselves, if we want more celebrations, then we have to score more goals. And it's like, who's going to score first? But yeah, it's a little bit of banter going on there.
What about being compared to the likes of Jess Fishlock then? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, well, that's obviously a pressure again. Obviously having her shirt after her, that was a big pressure to start with, but now obviously we all respect Jess and everything, but I do feel like I'm a different player maybe, and obviously everyone's different, but I can only bring what I can bring to the game. I'm never going to be like Jess, I'm just going to be like myself.
Yeah, 2 big games coming up for Wales on the road to Rio in the World Cup next year. But we're concentrating on the men. It's 0-0 against Ghana. 4 changes for Ghana at half-time. None for Wales, we understand. Does that tell us that Craig Bellamy wants to win this one for so many different reasons? The June record, the home record, the friendly record as well.
Sorry, what Craig will identify is he wants to win. It's not. I don't think he wants to have this feeling of it's friendlies, there's nothing to play for. There's always something to play for, whether it's the June record, not winning games in friendlies enough, being more consistent, and also preparation. Let's face it, in a few months' time, we're going to be back into trying to go to a tournament. So it's preparation for that. So every little inch counts.
It does indeed. Thank you very much for your comments, all 3 of you, during half-time. Well, they look, don't they, like they are ready to go. So let's go and rejoin our commentary team for the second half, all to play for 0-0. Waiting for us, Nia Jones and Simon Davis again.
Thank you, Catherine. And changes for Ghana. And here's a fact for you, Nia Jones. Ghana have never lost a final World Cup warm-up match before going into the big tournament. I don't know if that's a good or a bad sign for Wales.
Well, you're full of confidence up here in the gantry, aren't you? I didn't hear you tell Craig Bellamy that in the press conference this week. But for Wales, they've only won 1 of their last 11 friendlies, which is crazy. I know they've picked some tough opponents to play against, but they'll certainly want to fix that today.
And among those being replaced for Ghana is the goalkeeper Lawrence Ati-Zigi. a terrific save, didn't he, from Dan James. It's coming on. Benjamin Asare actually played their last friendly against Mexico. This is his 11th cap. Jordan Ayew about to get things underway. And we'll go through the other Ghana changes in due course. For Wales, no changes for this second half, Nia Jones, so far.
Yeah, and Kairos did actually name 5 goalkeepers in his long squad, so that's certainly an area he can chop down ahead of their trip to the States, and I wonder if he'll make an appearance. Antoine Semenyo, Wales will be hoping he doesn't.
Semenyo not one of those coming on. Sibo, Thomas Asante, a Coventry City player. So De Silva will know all about him. And Nuama, the other player who has come on. So 4 changes. Lawler has the ball for Wales. What will the message have been, do you think, from Craig Bellamy during that half-time break?
Well, he seemed to be trying to get messages on constantly to the midfielders in particular. He was in constant conversation really with David Brooks about the little pockets he thinks that he could occupy or maybe try and penetrate into. And that's how we've seen them score so many exciting goals, isn't it, over the last few matches under Bellamy, as those runners from midfield, whether it be Wilson or James.
Thomas up against Sibo, one of the substitutes, and he's beaten him. Crunching tackle. Kind of defensively been excellent so far. They're physical, and certainly a physical challenge there from Owusu. They've been uncompromising in their challenges, but Wales have not found a way through.
Yeah, you have to admire it. It's just that aggression, real pride in wearing the shirt. Represent their countries at a World Cup, so absolutely taking no prisoners, but it's going to need some courage from Wales to keep taking them on. You know you're going to get clattered, you know you're going to get fouled, but you can't stop doing it. For players like Sorba Thomas and Dan James, they can't stop doing it and trying it.
Darlow. He's been on his guard for that looping, deflected effort right at the end of the first half. There's Lawler. Ampadu. Evading the tackle again of Owusu. Thomas. They're just managing to find De Silva. Thomas Asante leading the chase for Ghana. 27 years of age. A key player for Frank Lampard at Coventry City.
Yeah, and he got 12 goals this season. 30-odd appearances, so he'll certainly have an eye for goal if he has an opportunity like some of his teammates did in the first half.
Just that cutting edge, actually from both sides, that's been missing. That's an excellent ball to Brooks from Lawler. Brooks, tackle from behind, but fairly, according to the referee. And Ayew was released. Roden. Closing it down, doing enough to force the ball back into Ghana's half.
And they did well to get back in numbers, in fairness, Wales, after that challenge from Sulemana. He took the touch across intentionally, did David Brooks, to try and draw the foul, but got enough of the ball.
Mensah. There's Williams. Roden for Wales. Back to Darlow. Qualified pretty convincingly in their group in African qualifying. In their group convincingly, Madagascar, their nearest rivals. Rarely threatened, really. The type of nation that you would expect to see at a World Cup.
Yeah, they did have some close games, in fairness, but in the 10 they played, they did win 8 of them. Drew 1, lost 1, but they did score 23 along the way as well. Only leak in 6, so all those type of stats, Craig Bellamy will have assessed those. And that's why, taste of their own medicine from Thomas, and he feels aggrieved that it's been given as a foul. So I feel like some of his teammates have been on the receiving end of a challenge exactly like this one, where you get the ball, you get a little bit of the man as well. So I think it's just that inconsistency from the ref that has riled up Thomas.
Well, we've seen a fair bit of physicality for a friendly from both teams. Apoku. A run from Ayew. It was an excellent one because he managed to stay onside. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't quite control it. But a thumbs up from the Ghana captain.
He would have taken something special to pluck that one out the air. There's plenty on it. He was going away from goal as well.
Darlow. Ampadu. Trying to find more. Stepping forward there was Ajete. Sulemana. Dan James was getting involved in the rough tackling. Sulemana thought that he was fouled.
It's good teamwork between Williams and James again. If one's beaten, the other one's there to cover.
If you're Carlos Queiroz, he'll be wincing at a lot of tackles with the World Cup round the corner. Last thing they need is a key player to be injured, but it's the risk you run in warm-up matches. Perhaps why we haven't seen Antoine Semenyo so far.
Yeah, exactly. I think a player like him can be wrapped in cotton wool, but it's also equally as important to play before you head there. Still a good few weeks before the tournament actually starts, so...
Ampadu. Good recovery tackle from Owusu. Ajete with a pass straight to De Silva. Thomas. Sanaya recovering and helping out Ajete. There's a defensive organisation about Ghana, even though Wales have had some really good chances.
Yeah, and I think they're just a little bit isolated from each other in attack, Wales. The player goes in, they need somebody offering on an angle, at least a couple of people offering. Because we know how strongly these Ghanaians can
His ball was not the most convincing.
too many times at all.
Sheehan's free. Goes down. Wasn't fouled by Ayew. The break is on. Thomas Asante leading the chase. Darlow comes to collect. Good decision making.
Yeah, brilliant decision. He had a good start position in fairness, but he made the
footwork from Nuama. Mensah. You're just trying to poke it through to Sulemana, who will be familiar to many English football fans or fans of the Premier League and EFL. Played for a number of English and Welsh clubs. Same as Sulemana, who played for Southampton. Dropping deep there was Sibu. Ayew. A lot of room to manoeuvre here for Sulemana, who is away, and again Carl Darlow made the choice, and made the right choice.
Yeah, being more direct now, Ghana, aren't they? More runners from midfield. We've not seen much of him, Sulemana, because
English and Welsh clubs. Same as Sulemana, who played for Southampton. Dropping deep there was Sibu. Ayew. Sulemana, who is away, and again Carl Darlow made the choice and made the right choice.
Yeah, they're being more direct now, Ghana, aren't they? More runners from midfield. We've not seen much of him, Sulemana, because he has got pace. He loves to dribble with the ball, but he's trying to make those third-man runs as well. Darlow's going to have to be on.
Across the Welsh box, danger not away for Wales. Thomas did enough. Enters, touch on a few claims from the Ghanaian players there. It did look a pretty clean challenge from Sorba Thomas. And Wales on the break with Thomas. Brooks, Moore in the middle. Sheehan behind Moore. Oh, good save. Goes out for a corner. Asari wasn't quite sure about where that ball was going.
Well, it's almost a devastating counter-attack from Wales. Only one thought on Brooks' mind is to chip it in towards the big man. He tries desperately to get underneath it, to get something on it. Can't quite connect with the cross, but very nearly an own goal. Keeper doesn't get a touch in the end, but it is a Wales corner.
Mensah's touch almost crept in. It's gone short to James. Sheehan. Solid defensive effort for the set piece. Thomas. Away by Sulemana. Sheehan whips it in. Thomas. Body's in the way. Ajete puts it out for a corner.
No, not for the first time, Ajete in the way. Really good build-up play from the corner from Wales. Don't just swing it in. Trying to be creative with it. And it does open up nicely for Thomas. We know he can cut inside on his right foot.
Thomas of Stoke City. No doubt we'll look for that man, Kiefer Moore, with this corner. The near post. Again, Ghana with a solid defensive effort from a set piece.
It's interesting, you'd think they would be aiming for Kiefer Moore. He was at the back post, unmarked actually. Brooks was blocking the guy trying to get to him, but it ended up being a near post delivery.
Was Williams obstructed there? Mensah just did enough, and I think Williams is asking that question the officials. It's a friendly with a bit of bite, which is what you want to see.
I don't expect anything less from two teams managed by Craig Bellamy and Carlos Queiroz, to be honest.
Yeah, Bellamy was quick to point that out, wasn't he, in his press conference this week. Any suggestion that players are on the beach, he was quick to retort. Asare. Could be some activity on the Welsh bench. In the meantime, it's Brooks. Goes it alone, again can't find a way through. Opoku is a giant to try and get around.
Oh, just all of the defensive actions from Ghana, they are going to be tough to beat at the World Cup. He can go either way, can't he? David Brooks on his left, on his right. There's a few better players for Wales who are as much of a joy to watch with the ball at their feet as David Brooks.
Looks to be changes for both sides, but this corner will be taken first by Brooks. The referee has called across Ayew here. And Sorba Thomas. Brooks, low delivery, couldn't get past the first man, and he'll be disappointed with that. He's got another chance to put in a ball, but that's a good tackle, and there are actually two balls on the pitch here. The referee's going to have to address this. Ayew tackled. Here's Owusu. surging ball towards Nuama. Offside. And that will frustrate Carlos Queiroz, I'm sure. It was a late run from Sanaya. But he still found himself offside. Changes for Wales. Lewis Kumas coming on. Nathan Broadhead coming on. Dan James comes off, so too Kiefer Moore. And David Brooks as well. But among those coming on, what a moment this is for young Cameron Congreve. Originally from Blaenau Gwent, he's come through the ranks in Swansea City. He's had a really good loan spell at Dundee. And you never forget your first cap, Nia Jones.
No, you absolutely don't, and he deserves it as well. Manager has spoken really highly of him this week from his loan spell at Dundee. Chipped in with 3 goals and 7 assists there, so what a moment for him. I'm sure he's got plenty of friends and family watching on, proud as punch as well.
Among those coming on for Ghana, Caleb Yarenki, who's been linked with Manchester United. Here's Roden. Off for Ghana, Sulemana, by the way. Free kick to Ghana. Just confirmation of the players coming in. Congreve for James. Moore. Brooks also making way. Nense. Ayew. Pushed in the back by Roden. Wasn't happy about that decision. There's a lot of controversy about Andre Ayew not being in the Ghana squad. I know his older brother, but he's been such a legend of Ghanaian football. There were thoughts that there might be a place for him, but I think Carlos Queiroz has opted to go and look at younger players.
A few challenges creeping in now for both teams that the referee's not happy with. It's breaking up the rhythm somewhat. Wales will be looking to get in behind a bit more now, with Lewis Kumas looking like he's in that number 9 position, and Congreve will be keen to make an impression on this right-hand side.
His bar as the ball goes in towards Ayew. Thomas Asante trying to get on the end of it. That is a vital touch from Ampadu, who's gone down, but wasn't fouled by Sibu. He's been pegged back here. Sanaya tries the cross, wins the corner off De Silva.
Yeah, I think the referee read that well. I think a little bit theatrical for Ethan Ampadu, was expecting a contact to come in, and there wasn't much there. He got straight back to his feet, in fairness. He's not done too much wrong again tonight, Jay De Silva. Forget, it's just his 10th cap. He's played in such big matches for Wales over the last season or so.
It's a chaotic penalty area. His cross is not a bad one. And over the bar, the header that came in from Ajete. And just behind him was the fellow defender Opoku. They were piling in there.
Yeah, they are being well marked, in fairness. Not being given an inch. I think it's Sheehan gets the wrong side, but he just does enough by the letter of the law. He can't get over it, Ajete.
Williams, Ampadu. Looks up and finds Dylan Lawler. De Silva to his left. Thomas to the left of him. Goes for Ampadu instead. Here is Thomas. Sheehan has made a forward run.
I think they need to play that ball, Simon. You just spotted it as well. It's those runs from the number 10s. It's Sheehan on this instance. I think I'm used to seeing Harry Wilson, Jordan James do. I think that ball is fed to them if it's them.
Thomas. Congreve is waiting in that back post. Williams. Well, he's gone down. Referee says no. He had a good view of it, the Swedish official. It certainly wasn't in Nico Williams' interest to go down there to try and win the penalty.
It just feels like the referee doesn't really want to make any big controversial decisions. We've seen it with a couple of fouls and possible yellow cards. There is a stray leg in there from Sebo. Tries to weave his way through, but probably not enough for the referee to give a penalty. He doesn't get the ball, and he just catches the back leg of Williams. And exactly like you said, why would he go down?
Ampadu. Broadhead. Congreve. Ampadu. Thomas. Something to beat. He doesn't beat him. Solid challenge. Next up for Wales will be Romania. Praise Ghana's changes that they've made. They've certainly impacted the game.
Yeah, and that was always going to be the way. It looked like they were going to break the deadlock in this one. Was from a mistake from Wales, and there was a couple of warning signs, wasn't there, in the first half.
Welsh fans trying to drown out the Ghana songs with a bit of Men of Harlem, but good luck with that. They are jubilant, and they're looking for a second goal here. Barr. Enter with the cross, and a header straight into the hands of Darlow from Opoku.
Well, they've got a taste for it now, haven't they? I wondered would they sit back and try and protect this, but absolutely no way.
Just to remind you that Dylan Lawler has got off, and it's Chris Mepham now on for Wales. And here he is on the ball. Great to see him back. Missed the last camp because of injury. It's a difficult season at West Brom. Ampadu. Sheehan. Tackle from Sebo. Foul from Sebo.
It's very clever this from Sheehan, because he knows he's trying to wrestle through two big men in that little pocket. It's really clever with the touch he takes.
Congreve. Step over. Williams. Mepham. He's meeting in the middle here. Touch across from Broadhead. Ball from Williams. Kumas's header, so close to an equaliser.
It's brilliantly picked out from Williams again. Two of the best passes of the day have been by Nico Williams, and he has to go across the goal there, Kumas. Gets up really early, maybe too early. Needs to go back across the goalkeeper.
Sare. Yarenki. Came off his thigh. could work out here for Kumas. Asante. Congreve just doing enough to put him off. Isaac Davis on as well, I should point out as well, for Silver Thomas on that left, but Wales are running out of time here, and they're away again. Ghana. Nuama comes out to Thomas Asante. They're lightning quick on the break, Ghana.
Certainly Sibo and Asante have added real energy to just the press, and it's sloppy again from Mepham on this occasion. And just look at the speed in which they're committing forward. It's quicker than the commitment Wales have to get back. It's not often we say that.
Came very quickly at Thomas Asante. It was a snapshot that he had to execute sliding in.
And it's the two centre forwards that they've got now. Finally, Ayew has some support with Thomas Asante. And they're just pressing a little bit higher up the pitch than they were in the first half, and it's causing Wales problems.
We see Inaki Williams has won a Spanish cap, has represented the Basque country as well. His brother Nico Williams is of course a fledged Spanish international himself. Winner at the last European Championships, so the quality continues off the bench.
And he's only the second best footballer named Nico Williams, isn't he?
Yeah, that would be confusing for commentary, wouldn't it? He was playing as well, but he was identified by Rob Earnshaw at the start of the programme as another option off the bench, and does certainly look to be that way for Carlos Queiroz. Just wonder if we'll still see Antoine Semenyo. In the meantime, here's Congreve. It's a teasing ball. Comfortable catch for Asare.
Yeah, I think fans are going to land Congreve, though. It's the little touches he's had so far, but he chooses to go early with the cross on this occasion. He can deliver with his right and his left. He's shown a couple of little moments, a couple of little tricks that he's trying. He's confident.
It does look as though there's going to be 3 further changes from Ghana. Nico Williams. Broadhead. Decent season at Wrexham. Williams. Forest. Mepham. Sending those waiting in the middle for Davis. Here's Roden. Just those banks of yellow shirts that Wales have got to get through here. Sort of back cross to Kumas. Another headed attempt from Lewis Kumas.
What's interesting to me is all of a sudden Wales are now delivering from wide areas and from the half spaces. They're doing it once Kiefer Moore's gone off. They do have bodies trying to get in there, but not far shorter than their counterparts in that box now.
And among those coming off, Jordan Ayew, who hands the captain's armband to Mensah, the left back. You can see his influence and the influence he will surely have on this team at the World Cup, Jordan Ayew.
Yeah, can still absolutely do it for them at the highest level, and even when he's just on the ball or heading over to take a corner, you can hear the excitement of the Ghana fans.
Opoku has gone off. Also going off Sanaya, the right back. So defensive changes as well as those in attack. There's some confusion about being allowed to come on here. The UEFA official stopping those 2 Ghanaian players. Well, Carlos Queiroz not happy. Echoes of John Aldridge in USA 94, maybe.
I'm not surprised he's not happy. They've got 8 outfielders on the pitch.
It's left Ghana completely short here, and can Wales take advantage of that? JT. And an offside flag against Williams, one of the new inclusions. And still, Queiroz wants to make these changes, but the ball has not gone out of play. And Ghana have a man down, essentially. They have 10 men on the field. They want to bring on Seydou, the right back, and it's that area that Wales are attacking. Vegas couldn't get there, but the clearance is straight to Williams, Nico Williams that is. Ampadu, chip ball, Isaac Davis. And finally, Ghana can make this change, and on he comes. It is the right back, Seydou. And Carlos Queiroz still furious that he wasn't being able to make that change. I think the fourth official just explaining his view on things.
Yeah, it's bizarre because the player coming off had long come off. He obviously didn't get on in time, and he's just having that explained to him.
Still a fair few minutes to play here. Ample time near Jones for Wales to get back in this.
Yeah, and Bellamy will want to see a reaction now. As we said, he's been very vocal, very critical about Wales' June record far before he was here, but also whilst he's been here. They were in qualifiers this time last year, beat Liechtenstein, lost to Belgium, but doesn't want any hint of complacency coming in, even after a busy season. But also they are human. They often think that they're robots. Nico Williams, for instance, played 53 domestic matches for Forest. That's just one example, never mind all the big Wales games that he's had to contribute to as well. So it is a tough ask. We've not got a big glittering tournament to look forward to.
Moomin. JT out towards Seydou, first touch for him. Nuama. Mikey Williams waiting in the middle. Well, the crowd certainly enjoyed the double step over there. And Nuama. Sibo.
And he's not long come back from an ACL injury, Nuama, but there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with his legs.
Bar. Uranki. Wales lost a bit of control of this game. I know they're 1-0 down, but before that and certainly at half-time, we felt that Wales were perhaps the better of the two teams.
Yeah, they've lost a bit of control, but they've lost a bit of connection now as well with the subs that have been made. It's not quite building anything together, no real patterns of play being put together, but also Ghana have improved. They've pressed higher up the pitch in the second half, and once they've had a taste now of scoring here in front of their fans, they want another one.
Darlow again, they had to improvise. Roden left him to it, did enough to get distance on his clearance with a header.
Well, it was innovative, wasn't it, to say the least. He obviously can't handball it that far out, but they've also done that a few more times. I don't think Ayew's got the pace to really threaten Roden and Lawler in behind, but these substitutes have, and they're testing it.
Ball over the top, and Inaki Williams is offside.
I know he strayed offside, but they do have to watch it, Wales, because they're not even in the half-turn ready position if he does time that slightly better, and it's an awfully high line.
You see Ben Davis, great to see him back from injury. There's a speculation about his future. Dylan Lawler there. Easy. championship campaign to look forward to. There's a lot of uncertainties surrounding some Welsh players. Some, like Harry Wilson, have been linked with other clubs. Some have to negotiate new contracts, like Carl Dalla, who we've mentioned.
I think it's a sign of the growth of the Welsh team and the Welsh players. That's a touch from Congreve.
Hoping for a chance at Swansea City. Here's Isaac Davis, a Cardiff talent. De Silva, Ampadu. Could hit it. He's still after his first Wales goal, Ethan Ampadu. After 62 caps. Sheehan. It's well to get around to Jete. De Silva, Ampadu. Williams. Broadhead. Twisting and turning. And eventually putting in the ball. Congreve battling for it. Here's Williams. Just surrounded. But Wales do keep possession near.
Yeah, swarmed around Williams. It was good footwork, wasn't it, from Broadhead? Turned the full back inside out, but no one there to connect. It's a better spell, this, from Wales. Last 10 minutes.
Time is running out for Wales to find an equaliser. Attempted pass for Congreve. Booted away by Moomin. Mepham for Wales.
They do look at the most dangerous Wales when they can find those advanced midfielders. Sheehan and Broadhead now in these little pockets here.
Strength from Broadhead. Roden. He linked up with the players on the overlap on the Welsh left. Exactly gives away the free kick. Changes for Wales. Joe Roden coming off. And Kai Andrews coming on. And De Silva also coming off. And Rhys Norrington-Davis spent the season at QPR. From Sheffield United coming on. He was highly thought of at Coventry City. Alone at Hibernian in January. I think it's good for Craig Bellamy just to see as well what else he's got.
Absolutely. It was met with real excitement when Kai Andrews was first introduced into the squad. We've only seen him once before on the pitch for Wales, as you say. Had a good little spell at Hibernian towards the end of the season, and just for Norrington-Davis as well. He's been in the squad a long time, but has been plagued by injuries, and said how much he's enjoyed his year on loan at QPR. He's had more minutes than he's ever had. Feels fit and healthy and well.
Mensah. Ball for Barr to chase. Goes out into touch. And the captain's armband will have to be switched again. And Mensah coming off. Was certainly busy in the first half, Mensah, dealing with Dan James. It's been more straightforward, I would suggest, in the second half.
Yeah, and he did recover well about halfway through that first half, learned very quickly. He had to be a bit more clever with how and when he jumped in. Baba might be familiar to English football fans as well.
Yeah, he's on at left back, and was for him, former Chelsea player, 6 years with Chelsea, and he had 7 loans during that period, which is not untypical. You consider someone like Ethan Ampadu spent about a similar amount of time at Chelsea and probably had a similar amount of loan deals as well. Mepham. Turn from Kumas. Broadhead could be in here. Sorry, got there first.
That's a really nice idea, this, from Lewis Kumas. It's a little jink in his movement. go away and then he comes back, just gives him half a yard of space. As he comes in, he checks his shoulder, there's no one behind him, he tries to thread in. Nathan Broadhead, good goalie.
Surging ball, but nowhere for Kumas to go. Two centre halves there, Moomin and Ajete, just squeezing the space. Ampadu. Last 5 minutes now. Congreve sticking that ball on his left foot, does so. Ghana deal with it again. Panama and Croatia. I wonder how Ghana will fare. They'll certainly be hard to break down in North America.
Yeah, they will, and can't afford to go up against them in any duel or any challenge, anything less than 100%. They will come out on top, no doubt about it. They can really get under the skin. You can see it now with nations like England who like to control the ball.
Congreve. Step over. Kumas. Congreve in space. Gets it eventually. Right-footed cross this time, not a bad one. Davis! There to be hit.
Yeah, it was, but Congreve is lively. I thought it had sailed over everybody. He checks where he is. Could he have laid it off to Norrington Davis? It was always going to be a challenge to get that one on target, on the swivel.
It was the first time that we saw a right-footed cross from Congreve there. He did score a spectacular goal against Celtic in the SPL this season. It's given away by Wales carelessly. Broadhead recovers and does really well himself, in fact. Before that, sloppy stuff from Wales. Rama Saidi. Moomin. Baba. Ajete. Well, there'll be a few Ghanaian players who will have certainly done themselves no harm ahead of the World Cup, and the thoughts of Carlos Queiroz ahead of those Group L games.
Yeah, and for as well as they did in their qualifying group, they've actually lost the 5 last matches that they've played. They lost the 4th one. That's what saw the end of their former manager. He got the sack after that one. They lost 10 days ago against Mexico in a friendly, so this will certainly do them the world of good.
Norrington Davis has room to cross. Broadhead! Corner. And Wales still after that equaliser.
Oh, not for the first time have we seen Nathan Broadhead look likely in that 6-yard box to get something, snatch something late for Wales. Good delivery into him. There's a little touch off the defender as well. Could go anywhere.
Congreve with the corner. And the header, the glancing one from Ampadu, could have gone anywhere, almost into that top corner. Ghana just seemed to stand still there.
And I'm not sure what the goalkeeper was doing either. He half came out. Comes off the top of the head of Ampadu.
Rallying call for this Welsh crowd in the final 5 minutes. rare defensive mistake has led in Congreve, but Ghana soon recover.
Yeah, but it is stretching him a little bit, isn't it? Simon Ajete having to come out a couple of times and deal with Congreve on this right-hand side. Lewis Kumas is messing with their organisation a little bit as well.
Davis finding Isaac Davis. Glancing header from Kumas. I don't think he got full contact on that. Comes out to Ampadu. Sheehan. Davis. He was urged to hit it by the Welsh crowd. It stopped in his tracks. It's still there for Wales. And Kai Andrews.
How often have we seen that so far tonight? Wales do something really good individually, and then the next pass is really disappointing.
Sheehan! It was moving, it was dipping, but not dipping enough.
Yeah, certainly worth an effort. Kumas have turned, but actually he spots Sheehan in acres of space. Nobody closes him down in enough time, and there is dip and swerve on it, but as you say, just not enough. But it's been quite nice actually to see Josh Sheehan slightly further advanced. We usually see him just camp out and protect that back four and dictate play from there. I know he won't enjoy this result if it stays like this, but he might have enjoyed that.
He's got the ball skills to play further forward, and I think Craig Bellamy feels that. Barr does well to get it across. Nico Williams to it. Broadhead, Congreve. He's forced back, plays it to Williams. It's coming on. No question about that one. As much about the cross as it was the header near, but Wales are back in it. Ghana may have something to say about that. It's Nico Williams who tried to steer the ball back into that penalty area, but it's 1-1.
Yeah, and it's the first time really we've seen Nico Williams really wide, that high up. He's often inverted into the midfield, which is really effective as well, but good to see him up there. We see him do that for clubs so often. He can deliver, as we know, both feet.
The attempted ball for Williams goes to Darlow. Well, it runs in the family, scoring goals for Wales. Jason Kumas certainly scored many. His son Lewis off the mark. The senior international side, and can Wales win it? Isaac Davis, Andrews, Norrington Davis, in towards Davis, just got it caught under his feet, and that is that. That ends in a draw, but a late Welsh goal has spoiled Ghana's World Cup farewell. Lewis Kumas with his first international goal. He'll certainly remember that for a long time. Urenki had given Ghana the lead at the second attempt off the post. And they head to the World Cup. Wales head to Romania next. And the Nations League campaign beckons for Craig Bellamy's men. For Ghana, it's North America next.
90 minutes or so here at the Cardiff City Stadium. And I'm just wondering how delighted Welsh fans will be leaving the stadium. They were looking like they were down and out, especially in that second half. Quite a few substitutions. The continuity wasn't there in the play, but there was always time for an equaliser, Joe. And Lewis Kumas' first international goal. That's how it's done.
Yeah, it's fantastic for him to get off his mark. Played a little bit of a different role, more of a number 9 as a striker. I've seen him drift that wide on the left and the right, but he'll be over the moon. And his old man, who I know very well, Jason as well.
Here, of course, Cardiff City Stadium.
Yeah, of course. And I think Craig will be happy with not getting a defeat under his belt again. So a lot of positives in that first half and second half. So yeah, I think Craig will be happy with it.
Okay, we always try and wonder, don't we, how Craig Bellamy will be feeling after a match. We might hear from the man himself very soon, but how do you think, Rob, he'll be feeling? You know him well.
Well, knowing him and understanding his personality and what he wants from this Wales team, I think he'll be a little bit frustrated. I think he'll say, okay, no problem. We fought till the end, got the equaliser. It looked as if we were going to lose the game in the last 3 minutes, but we got the equaliser, didn't lose. But I think lots of things that we need to work on, and I think he's going to want more. When you kind of look at some of the details, how much we run, how much we press, how much we go and create, I think we struggle to really create a clear-cut chance or multiple clear-cut chances. So there's lots of things I think Craig would have been frustrated about, but I think he'll be happy with a draw and where we are right now.
Tom's nodding away there. You know that he will have wanted more intensity in that second half. For you, the work-ons for Wales?
Yeah, I think so. We know by now Craig Bellamy's perfectionist, or he tries to get as close to it as he can. And I mentioned it first half. I think that intensity was just lacking a little bit, and it felt the same in the second half as well. It just felt like it was the end of a long old season for a lot of them players there today. And like I said, the crowd didn't help, but it's the difference between 95% intensity when you're going down to press someone and 85%, it doesn't seem a lot, but when all the players on the pitch are pressing at that intensity, it does make a difference. So I don't think he'll be happy. I think we've lost friendly games and we've lost games. We lost to Canada 1-0, but the performance against Canada was there for everyone to see. So,
and a real top side as well.
And a real top side, and they only beat you by an absolute worldie of a free kick. So yeah, I think tonight he'll be a little bit disappointed, but there was positives. Absolutely delighted for Lewis Kumas. Great pedigree with his dad. I grew up watching his dad for Cardiff City, an incredible player. So delighted with him. But
you should have seen him in training.
Yeah. But sometimes that may be the way the game goes. The three best crosses come into the box when Kiefer Moore's gone off the pitch. So maybe just one of them nights.
Kiefer would have loved a pass like that a bit earlier on that
exactly.
Lewis Kumas was on the end of.
Exactly. So yeah, little things like that going against us. But Cameron Congreve, he gets his debut, which is delight as well. And there's some more caps for some of the younger boys as well. Yeah,
I want to touch on Cameron Congreve actually, because a debut for him, another debut. He did take his opportunity. He looked comfortable out there.
He did. Very bright player. On this right-hand side, he was on loan at Dundee, and there'll be a positivity as well. It's great seeing these young players coming through and getting these caps. His family will be over the moon as well, seeing that. Representing your country goes a long, long way. And I thought when he come on, he stepped up and he done his position completely, absolutely fine. On our right-hand side, helping the full-back and also getting up the pitch as well.
Yeah, you can't ask for more than that, can you? During a debut, a very special moment, and you just want a player to look comfortable, to not be overawed by the occasion.
Yeah, you can see in little moments is like Craig Bellamy's looking at him and saying, okay, here's your chance. How comfortable are you? Are you ready for this? Are you stepping in with confidence? And that's what I think what he wants. And if we're going to improve, if we're going to get better, we want young players like Congreve to come in and say, this is my spot. I'm ready for this.
Well, we're going to hear some reaction now, because I believe Carl Darlow, Wales' #1, is with Alex.
Well, Carl, what did you make of that result, that performance tonight?
I think we probably deserved the win, to be honest with you. I think the way that we played first half especially, we really controlled the ball, dominated possession, we created chances. So I think had we gone 1 or 2-0 up in the first half, then it might have become a comfortable result, but we can be proud of what we did out there.
How frustrating was that Ghana goal for you tonight? Because it was a brilliant save from you initially.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I think obviously I made the save and then I think it's ricocheted off Joe's knee, hit the post, and then unfortunate one. And on another day we keep a clean sheet, but it wasn't to be tonight.
You did make several key saves out there tonight, though. They've been talking about it in studio. How pleased are you with your performance overall?
How pleased? I was pleased. I think we can all be pleased as a group with what we've done tonight. Obviously, it's not easy when we have to play a friendly game. Obviously, we'd rather be at the World Cup, and we're playing against the side that's going to the World Cup, who's a very good side. And I think we played really well tonight, and we can be pleased with it.
Romania next now. What different challenge will they be for you?
It would be completely different, I think. We obviously know going away from home's a lot more difficult, but we'll still try and play our own style. to be honest, we'll concentrate on them in the next couple of days. So, yeah, we'll be well prepared and go and hopefully put on another good performance.
Carl, thanks for your time tonight.
Yeah, the thoughts of Carl Darlow there. Wales, they were looking down and out, weren't they, in that second half? Now then, the eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed that Tom has had a little change here. I'm just wondering, which Welsh player is going to go into that changing room and see his bag completely empty because you've gone in and you've nicked that one?
I'll be honest, I don't know, because I was in and out in a flash. I couldn't risk getting caught, especially when one of these was on the line. So everyone, make sure you check eBay tomorrow.
Hey! na champion na gogo na shishi na wowo ni mesu aba hey apochi aya thank you.